Hi friends, welcome to the Hands of Provision. My name is Mary. I am one who started late to save for retirement and financial freedom, but I press on with hope and peace even so. I want to thank first all those who newly subscribed to me. I'm just so enjoying looking at the new names in the comments, going to new channels, finding new friends. I just love this global financial community, this budgeting, cash budgeting, saving community. Just this week I had NK Budgets, a South African cash stuffer. Love her channel, love her. She has the most beautiful name and I want to pronounce it, but I know I won't do it justice. So NK, I just need you to say it over and over. I'm gonna listen to your channel until I can say your beautiful name. I also met I'm Not Broke, another South African cash stuffer, and her named Fifi. Just loving this so much. I just wanted to share a couple of the new challenges. Another beautiful creator and channel is the Enchanted Owl's Nest. Leanne made this amazing, very, very needed, I think, challenge. It says, you knew the rules, now pay your club dues. So each time you cheat, and she said, we all do. When we roll something, we're like, no, there's too much money going into this fund and I need more into this one. So we make our own rules. Well, she says, each time you cheat, you have to pay for it. You have to add $1 to the Dice Cheater Club dues. I thought that was amazing, and I fully intend to start incorporating that into my system. And then this is from NK at NK Budgets. Beautiful faith challenges. My cup overflows with blessings. Thankful, grateful, blessed. And this one's my particular favorite. It says, Jesus paid it all. Whoa, I just loved that, NK. Thank you so much. And for February, because it is still absolutely cold here and frozen ice everywhere, I did a Groundhog Day. This is Phrozen Phil. Let me introduce you to him. And it says, you already know the answer. I thought that was so funny. And it says, wake me up in the spring. So I'm going to add that into my February in the hopes that by the end of February, when I finished this, some warm weather is coming in. Today we're going to save with my debt binder. It worked so well last time how I did it. Having the fun of doing the challenges, but then taking the money out and get it immediately onto debt to stop that interest as much as possible. But since it's the first of the month, I'd like to start each month, new months, new savings, by recentering myself on the calming and foundational piece that I am not ultimately solely responsible for the weight of this financial journey. His hands sustain me. And to remind myself of that, I want to start with this lovely Proverbs challenge from Little Helpful Files. It says 2026, but as I said before, I'm not going to be able to get it done in 2026. So I did not get January's done. And I'm going to move on to February, and I will come back to this probably in January of 2027, or should the Lord bless otherwise, maybe I can get this filled if new income comes in or new blessings. It's all in his hands, and I do trust him. February's scripture is Proverbs 22:2. Rich and poor have this in common: the Lord is the maker of them all. Something very good for us to remember. So I'm going to be putting in 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, and 80 for the month of February. And that will be the total, unless, like I said, the Lord brings more blessings. So I'm going to mark, let's see, did I color them and just mark them? 20, 13 and 70 is 20, so that's 40, 60, I have 80, 60, 15 and 5, that makes 70, So I have another 20 combination, actually 10, right? 20, 40, 60, 70. So I have 10. I don't see a 10. I have 11, which means I need to bring in another 1 if I want to mark something off. And I think I do. I think I am going to bring in one of $1 from my own spending. Like I said, I give myself $10 a week, $40 a month, but I don't have a lot of things that I need to spend that on. I try to keep my needs simple. So hold on for a moment. I'm going to get an extra 1 from my wallet. So this is not the prettiest of ones, is it? It definitely is a wallet one, ones that you want to spend, but that's okay. This time it's going to go into my Proverbs challenge, rich and poor. How appropriate. That doesn't look very rich, and it's only a simple one, but we have this in common. The Lord is the maker of us all. 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 80, 81. So I have 11 to put in and add. And my Proverbs challenge is more than likely done for February. I hope you guys have all had a blessed week, that it hasn't been too cold. I am so thankful that my heat remained on, my water kept flowing through this month because it has been rough. Okay, I forgot last at the end of January when I pulled out the 370 to mark off this tracker. So I did it off camera. So even though it says 560 paid, I went ahead and paid the 370. Like I said, the quicker we can get our money on our loans and get that daily interest lower, the better. So I went ahead and marked it. And when I finished this this accumulation of 560, I'll mark the day I finished the challenge. It won't be necessarily the date that it was paid, like it says right here, if that makes sense for you. So let's start at the beginning with our challenges. Let's ditch that debt. Lord willing, that is going to happen. Okay. Let's start now. As you know, unless you're new here, I do these challenges individually, and then I use the money at the end of the month to fill out my 52 envelopes, which I've never been able to complete before, but I am now on my way. And then I take the money and I pay it on my debt and put prop money in here to represent what I saved that month. And then it'll accumulate and I'll get to track it, keep seeing how much each challenge actually saved us, which I loved to do. Okay, so on Let's Ditch That Debt, there's 3 sections of 5. So I roll a D6, I don't have a D5, and then I just mark off. So it is 3, so I'm going to be doing a 3, and then I'd roll a D3 to tell me which section, which is also 3. So we are going to do our first 3 in section 3, and I know me, I better put the money aside first. I don't have any 1s. Let me get some 1s again. I'm actually going to be bringing in 10 1s. Taking another 5 out because I have a feeling I didn't bring in good change for this. And I'm sorry, I forgot to say, I bring in $70 each week to put into my debt binder. Okay, so that is 3. And we'll see if we get to come around and put any more in here. But for now, we're gonna move on because I like to keep going. As it says, it does not matter how slowly you go as long as you don't stop. And this is by Dawn's Sunrise Budgeting, and I love it. I absolutely love puzzles. So this was a great challenge for me. And this is by Floating Funds, Magnet Floating Funds. Help little Piggy go wee 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 all the way home. So pretty. I love her little lavender pig there. And I'm doing this in red. She spices it up. She tells us to use a certain die. Let me get my D8. I believe it's this one. And then you can spice it up by rolling a color die and doubling it, or tripling it, or quadrupling it. And that's tough for me since I do like to get through these, so we'll see. Okay, so that's a 3. I'm gonna go ahead and roll. A blue is quadrupling, that would be 12. I will do 12. Let's mark this for 12. Okay, there's the money set aside. And I write at the top what actually was put in. So there's our 12. Going in to help little Piggy get all the way home. Okay, that's gonna save us quite a bit, I think. Next up is 2026 by Chasing Dreams Budgets, another beautiful challenge. And on this one, the highest number is 10. So I roll a D10 and then I roll the color to see which color of the number. So I have to look for a 10, a 2, or 6. So I roll until one of those comes up. 3, and I got a 2. So we have a 2, and then I roll the color. Yellow is not on there. Red is pink, as I've said previously. So we're going to do a pink 2. Our second one. I'm going to roll again since I don't think we'll get this done at all in 2026 if I don't. 2 again. And what color? Don't have an orange, a blue. So we're going to do a blue 2. We're going to go through here and do another 2. I think I'm going to go one more time on this challenge. 1, 3, 5, every odd number, 5, and we want even, 7, seriously, every odd, 1, can this die roll an even number? 8, finally, gets us closer, 5, 7, 5, can someone please tell this die to roll a 2, a 6, or a 10? Because there's a 2 again. Okay, and what color? Green. Do we have 2? Yes, we do have. So a green 2. So now we've had 2 3 times, 6. I will put all but 1 back, grab a 5, and I'll have 6 going into this one today. Into Chasing Dreams Budgets, which is to save a total of $12.80 when we're done. That will be awesome. All right, we have Scottish Paper Doll next, and this is by Lisa Grateful Me at the Happy Mailbox Co. on Etsy. I love it. It's gorgeous. She has other ones besides the Scottish Paper Doll. Go and check her out. So you are to color each colored square you add $1, and a white square you have to roll a die. And I have been rolling a D6 if I remember right. Yep. So she gets 6, and I'm gonna do 1 more. And a 3. So that is 9. I may have to get more 1s because that takes my 1s. When you get these odd numbers, I may be going and cashing out again. All right, and next is the beautiful Quilt Along group play by Lifted Up and Living, Tara at Lifted Up and Living, and I just love how beautiful this is. I have been doing 10 for each square. Finished January, this is February, and this is March. We're going to start at the top again, and I'm going to do a green this time and get that colored in. So when I was talking, so to speak, within Cape Budgets, and she was saving, and she had a envelope that said Red Weekend. So I asked her, if it wasn't impolite, may I ask what Red Weekend is? And she said that they have a store, ShopRite, and in June it has a 50% off sale. So I loved that. I loved learning something new. And I think we have ShopRites here in the US as well. So another common theme. And plus we all do have stores that have different sales that we might save for. For instance, I know certain states have a weekend right around school time where they have no tax. So here in Kentucky, we go across the border to Tennessee, because Tennessee has a weekend like that, but not Kentucky. So if you have certain sales like that that might be unique to your state, drop it in the comments. I love to learn new things, whether it's here in the States, in the different states. The different states can be quite different. I moved to Louisiana for a brief period, and I was amazed at how different the culture there was. Loved it, loved learning differences. They particularly really celebrate the Holy Week so much better than I have here in other states. They actually give Good Friday off for most businesses, which I've never had a job here or any of the other states I've lived in that have given us Good Friday off. So that was unique and fun, and I loved it. All right, so there's our $10 going into the Quilt Along group play by Tara at Lifted Up and Living. I would definitely go pick this up if you haven't already. It's not too late. You can join us. And then I'm hoping she continues that throughout the year. All right, this is actually, I must have skipped one, as that is not what the envelope says, right? All right, this is Roll in Regret by Savings Creation Co. And we roll for the designated number, and you can roll as many times as they have a square, which is it's for trying to get to 28 but not over. So if we go over, we have to pay $20, and that's going to take most of my money. And if we stay under, we pay the difference. So let's see what happens today. I think I'm going to switch die for this colorful one. I have this little tiny purple one that my daughter gave me last weekend. 6. Get my blue pen. All right, so 6, and we're going to 28, but now we're at 12. Oh my goodness, now we're at 18. So I'm pretty safe. 18, I'd have to roll a 10, which obviously I cannot. And she did say to roll a d6, so I have 2. So that's 20, so I have to pay the difference, which is $8. And look, friends, I don't have change. I'm gonna make change with the 20. So one moment, please. Rick, you can splice that up and start now. Okay, so I've got the change, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, just being honest here. So you can see, and I am supposed to put in 8, right? 18, yep, 8. So grab the 3s. So I saw one budgeter, cashed up budgeter, who made her own bank. She saved up enough money that she could have extra 1s, 5s, 10s, and 20s, and I'm starting to see the wisdom in that because I never seem to have the right change. All right, so that is $8 going into Roll in Regret. And now we are on to Inconceivable, and this is by Frugality is Life. Fiona over at Frugality is Life. I love this. This is a favorite movie of my children and when they grew up. And so let me roll a die and see what number. I'm going to 6, of course. There's no, or should I do like 3 twos? I don't think there's any rules, so I could do that. I think I'm going to do that. Get started on this word. So I was doing some colorful ones there. I'm gonna do the green. I can do 3 letters for, really don't want a red, so I'm gonna get a blue. Grabbing a blue. I don't know why I didn't want a red there, but I didn't. When it comes to coloring, it's so arbitrary, isn't it? All right. And then we're putting in 6. I don't think I took it. Nope. Just the prop money there from last month. So I'm putting in my first $6 for this money on Inconceivable. Here we are with Murder Mystery Budget Edition, and I am in the murder house, if you want to call it that. I'm in the basement. That's where I left off. This is a fun collab by Pink Plum Budgeting. Budgeting with the Ginger, Budget Your Life, Kimmy's Corner, April's Fresh Start, Blue Kiwi Budgets, Dawn's Sunrise Budgeting, and Bookish Mama Budgets. I bet you could go to any of their channels and find this one. This is so fun. So we've gotten some of them down. I'm gonna pull the cards out this time. I don't have a lot of money left. So these are the weapons, the suspects, the weapons, and the rooms. So you have to get to the room to be able to write any of those off. And then the suspects, you have to get to draw a card. And I think we're gonna mix those cards up, is what you're supposed to do. I don't know. That's what I'm gonna do. So these are our weapons and our suspects, and we're starting in the basement. Now the basement has a secret passage to the office. I'm trying to remember how you go there. Do you just roll a die and pay the money? And I think if I remember, they suggested you do a D3 to make it last longer, which I'm gonna do because I love this game. So I'm gonna pay $3 to have the right to go to another room, the office, and I'm gonna draw a room card, and I'm going to roll a D4 and see which room it's not gonna be. 3, all right, so I get to mark off room 3, which is a den. So we know it's not in the den or the kitchen now. So we're left with the basement, the porch, the attic, the bedroom, or the living room, or the kitchen. So that is awesome and fun. Okay, so I'm going to roll again, a D3, and 1. So here's the door to get out, and I just got a 1, so I have to pay a 1. I think I'll go one more time. And I got a 1, so I get to go to this draw a card. Yes, that's what I was hoping. So I get to draw a card, and we get to find out which weapon is not. I get to eliminate another weapon possibility. So I'm gonna roll my D4. And did I pay the 1, 2, 3, 1? Nope. So that makes 5. So I'm gonna grab a 5. Okay, so I made sure I did that. Now I'm gonna roll a D4, which I did. It's a 3, I think. I'm gonna do it again, just because I'm not sure. It is a 2. So it wasn't a scratch off tool. I love this. This is the budget edition, remember. So the murder weapon is gonna be something in the budgeting life. So we're left on this one with either a desk or a bag of dice. Love it. So creative. Okay, all right. So eventually we're gonna find out who, what, where, and when. No, I don't think when. Who, what, and where. Thank you, girls, for doing such a beautiful challenge. Love it. Go to one of their channels and get to that. That is too much fun. All right, now we are at the budgeting bonanza. Now this one always takes a lot if I did it the high income way, but there's no way. I've only got 5 and 6, excuse me, 7, 8, 9, 10, and $11 left. This one you have to roll 6 die. I'm gonna grab 6. I almost filled budget 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I was just missing a 6 one time. That was the closest I've come so far. Let's see what we get today. All right, that one gets re-rolled and I didn't see it. Okay, so I got a 1 and 3, 3, and 4, 4. All right, 3. Where's my 6th one? Did it roll off? Did I not grab 6? I thought, I'm pretty sure I had 6. We're gonna have to roll. Where's my pretty little purple one? That's the one I'm missing. Okay, friends, that's the one that's missing. I am going to then grab the red one since it's February and re-roll and get my 6th number. Is that okay? 2. It's not in order, but that's the way it is. All right, so I have 8, 10, and 17. I have 17, and we're going to make that 8. I think that takes most of my money. 1, 2, 3. There's 8, and I have $3 left. Don't know that I have a catch-all in this binder. Let me take, you know what I do have? Yep, this one probably has a catch-all. That's why I put it at the back. All right, so 3 is gonna go into Honey Heights, which love, love, love this. This is by Savings Creation Co. Did I tell you who did the budgeting bonanza? I did not. I am so sorry, I apologize. That is Ange Budget and Debs and Sitchie Saves. I love this. This was a freebie, I believe, on there at coffee. So fun, so fun. And this is just absolutely gorgeous. This is by Savings Creation Co. and I get to pick a 3. I am gonna go a little lower today and get, whoops, I almost did the wrong color. That would have been disastrous. I'm gonna go down here and go a little lower and get 1. I'm gonna get 1 on the bottom row. I don't know, I think my printer maybe been off, or though it cut right there, so maybe not. There we go. There's our first 1 on the bottom row. Okay, that is great, and we're on our way. Can't wait to see what we get as our final number at the end of February, but I'm going to enjoy the journey. There is the little purple die. You guys probably saw it and said, it's right there, Mary, it's right there. Thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, I am just enjoying this community so much. I appreciate the time, your precious time that you spend with me. I hope you have a blessed day. Bye.